Hello guys, I really wanted to start this video, which is basically today is Friday, so I'm going to edit the video, but I really wanted it to be the beginning because I know what you're going to see and I'm really excited to show everything that has been happening for the past week. But I've got some really exciting things to share. You can figure out that we have finally started renovating the house, which is really exciting. So the first thing that we thought is really wise to do, since we've got a bit of paint and we really wanted to kind of like refresh everything, is to paint the house. So we had white paint, we bought the color. Really, I wanted to have another type of the color. I wanted to paint it more in a Swedish style, like having that brick red type of the paint, but it's close to chocolate, to be honest. But it's really unusual for us, since for the most part of my life, I remember the house being always green, blue, yellow, those popping colors. And this color is like, it's some sort of really mysterious color. I don't know how to explain that, but when you look at this, it seems really nice. We haven't finished it yet, so there are certain things to do, but I just think that right now it's a really nice picture. We had a downpour during this night, and all of the beauty of the hydrangeas is gone, and they're leaning towards the ground right now. And just have a look at how much water there is in them. And don't mind my wet hair for this reason, because I'm literally like walking across the garden, and when I accidentally push some of the flowers, especially high ones, they're pouring down on me. And yeah, it's definitely refreshing. For the most part, you know that I love filming. I love taking photos, especially in our front yard, which is also renovated right now, and I'm going to show it later. And I had to delete so many photos because of the background, because I didn't like how the house was looking. And I was always like asking my mum, who's behind the camera all the time, to take the photo from the angle where the house can't be seen. And I even remember posting the video about the fact that the house needs renovation and there are so many things to do inside the house. It's definitely really difficult, but this one, it was just a bit easier because we've got all the materials, we've got all of the instruments to just make it easier. And I have to say, with all of those, drying periods, and we were doing that when it was a heat wave, so it wasn't humid, it wasn't rainy. That's why it was drying pretty quickly. So it took us approximately 3 days to complete everything. Of course, the highest part of the house was the most difficult to paint. But in a way, I'm still glad of the picture that I see. And I'm really excited for the paint to stay longer because I don't want to repeat this once again. Later in the video, you will see all of the steps of what we were doing briefly. Apart from this, I will show some of the bits of what I was doing in the garden. Everything is so lush, so green. We were blessed to have rains on a regular basis, not like drying our well. That's why we could focus a lot on the house. But the only thing that we are literally doing in the garden is picking the harvest every now and then, preserving, freezing, eating a lot of fresh vegetables, as well as just like rejoicing the beauty, rejoicing the flowers, and even like breaking the records in terms of how beautiful all of the flowers are, just because they get an adequate amount of water. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and till next week, keep watching. Apparently one of the nets has worked, and as you can see, this one is still standing. But have a look at the one here. First of all, generally I thought that probably could be the wind, but just because it's kind of like in this type of the shape and moving to that part, I believe that the hair was running towards this part that then got tangled in the net and tried to escape through this. So I still like don't know if that is or that was the hair, but it seems so. And the net got tangled. As you can see, yeah, it got tangled completely, especially in this part. I wish I could see this moment in order to kind of like have a look what I can improve in order for this net to work. But I'm going to get it back. Though when, like, you know, the animal senses that there is the area where it can feed for a very long time, then it's going to return back over and over again. It is 35 degrees Celsius at the moment, the hottest day so far. Almost like getting to 40, I think. And here you can see the Fahrenheit equivalent. So it's just tremendously hot. But at the same time it's windy, which is potentially a very dangerous situation for wildfires. I'm going to harvest garlic. It's high time for that. Usually we harvest it approximately in the middle of July, the 15th of July. So it's just a little bit earlier, but it's just because right now it's pretty hot. We expect a bit of rainfall in the future, in the upcoming days. So it's a lot better to pull it out when it's still like pretty dry outside. So what we generally do with the garlic is we harvest it, we dry it, and we kind of like turn it into powder. That's the way we love. At times, and of course pretty often, we use it for different preservations. So that's basically what we're going to do. We do not plant that many heads of garlic, so that's why, like, it's basically what you can see is just for our goals and purposes. So here the heads are of medium size, and basically it's because of the shade. As you can see in the morning, the apple tree gives a bit of the shade. So in there, the heads are going to be a lot bigger, but it's not like I'm setting any records with the garlic. I just love the way it is. Like, I don't need huge heads. Have a look at the black raspberry. Some of the berries are ready to be eaten, and it's actually a really nice size. Like, I thought that they were going to be pretty small, but they're looking really nice and big. Pretty unusual, especially since I'm actually used to red raspberry as well as yellow, which is also common here, but not black. I'm going to pick gooseberries, so we've got a lot of them which are ripe and ready to be picked. The red variety and a smaller bush, the variety that I have introduced recently, that is the yellow big sweet variety. Last year we didn't have the possibility to pick gooseberries because of the birds. They ate everything, and one day we just arrived to bare bushes. But this year the net helped. We've preserved the whole harvest, and I'm going to pick, and I think I'm going to prepare jam. Another, like, basically for us, gooseberry is some sort of the berry in a way that we eat when it's fresh. So I'm going to remove the net right now. So the net is going to be needed for the blackberry, which is gradually turning darker and is more attractive to birds. So that is the variety that I was eating. So it's completely ripe. It's more like, you know, has this greenish tint to it, and it's pretty big. Like, in comparison to our variety I'm going to show you, it's really big. But the bush is young, so it doesn't have many berries, but like just a couple of them, and you have a handful of them, and they started falling, which means that they of course are getting ripe. And I'm going to just provide an example with our variety, which is smaller but still pretty decent. So yeah, and I was really shocked last year when we also had a bit of gooseberries of this variety, and I was shocked how the birds managed to eat such a huge berry. I can't imagine this, because there weren't any leftovers on the ground, so the bush was completely bare. Just tell me, how is it possible to eat such a huge berry?